Alright everybody, it's time for the first smoke detector unboxing of the year, and subsequently the very first smoke detector of the year. So, let's go ahead. And this is something that has kind of been a mystery for us in the past few years. If I can figure out how to open it, that's also a mystery, how to get into this box. Okay. Whoops. Just knocked into the... Fix that. Alright, that's better. Oh, they taped the side, too. It's a lovely purple box. It's like a shoe box or something. Okay. Alright, and there it is. Wow, okay. It's a NuTone-Scovill. I'm going to take you guys down here. This is a hardwired alarm. It didn't come with the wiring harness, unfortunately. I knew about that. I knew that it wasn't going to come with that. But this one is kind of, like I said, kind of a mystery. We had been finding these in houses for sale, along with this model that I have right here, if I can get it down. Whoops. Right here. This one, which is the NuTone model S-192, or sorry, S-191. Sorry, this is the S-191. The S-190... Sorry, the regular S... Sorry, I'm losing my mind here. The S-191 is this one with the line cord. And then we kept finding the regular hardwired version like this, which was the S-190 in houses for sale, which other collectors do have the S-190. Jacob Larson is one of them, of the Shed Productions. And then Frank Wakeman, I believe, has another one. He got his off of eBay. But so we had known what this one was. And the thing was, these looked exactly like this one here, which is the battery-powered model, which I've shown many times on here. This is the S-185. This one has the test button there, but this one had the lens and the test button. So that was a mystery for some time. So we finally figured out what this one was. But then we still couldn't figure out what this one was. So as you can see, it is similar to the S-191 and S-190 here, as it has the lens right there in the middle, in the same position, and it's the exact same lens as the this one right here, the Captain Kelly, because these were actually made by ESL. This one is a rebranded ESL model 906-2. This one I'll get into in a minute, but yeah, so it has that, but it doesn't have a test button, as you can see, which is kind of interesting. And it also doesn't have the chrome strip on the front here, around where the labeling there in the horn output hole is. And it also says, pull and remove cover for additional information on here. But right here it says, smoke detection alarm, and it also says, test by entering smoke through openings in cover. So that would make it pretty clear that this one does not have a test button. And this one probably predated this one, just by a few years. So they have also switched the position of the logo. It's on the right side here, and it's chromed. But on this one, it's on the left side, and it's not chromed, obviously, along with the other one. And then the front is also a little more textured, and it's a little bit more shiny than the S-190 for some reason, which I'm not sure how well you can see that. The white plastic portions of this one are just kind of dull. But the chroming evolution makes sense because, as we all know, these are the successors to this one. This was the NuTone S-180 series, and this is the S-181, which came after the original S-180, which did not have chrome on the front here. And this one is the next generation model, which does have the chrome on the logo and this chrome outline. So that kind of makes sense that they would first make a model that has no chrome and then switch to one that does. I'm not sure if this one is from, when this one is from, because the date code seems to have worn away. But let me see if I can get a flashlight here to be able to see it. Okay, this one is dated 1977, which I think, if I recall correctly, yep, this one is also 77. So that doesn't really, unless the 02 signifies that it's from February of 77, that would make sense, because that would make this one at October. So then in that case, this one actually is just like a few months earlier than that one. So that makes sense, I guess. And as far as I know, they use the exact same wiring harness. Now, I don't have a wiring harness that fits this, I don't think. Yeah, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that to test it. But let's take this cover off here, and let's take a look at the unit itself. It's been slathered in paint on the side here. And it looks like it does have the Douglas Randall horn, just like that one, with that brass rivet, or the brass washer and the rivet in there. Yep, it still has the little screen filter things inside of the vents. I don't know if I'm going to take this one apart, because I've already taken this one apart and shown you the inside of that one. But also they said that when they tested it with smoke, it didn't work, so I may have to take it apart and test it with the sensitivity adjustment like I did in this one, because as we know, these are prone to IC failure, and when that happens, they no longer will, the horn will no longer go off. It's like they might sense smoke, but it won't trigger the horn, and it's something weird that these did when they would just age. Actually, sometimes right out of the box, if they had been sitting in the box for a while. Like one of our friends got a NuTone, I think it was an S-181, like that one. It had been sitting brand new in the box for years, and when they tested it, it didn't work. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can figure out something to get that on that wiring harness. But first, I want to check out the inside of the cover here. So this one is model S-182. I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, that's the model number of this one. That's essentially when we saw this listing on eBay, it had basically solved the mystery of what these units were, which was really interesting. And there's also the line cord model, which was S-183. Now, you'd wonder why they would have two different models like this, like one that has a test button and one that doesn't, and basically they're the same thing, it's just like one doesn't have a test button. And I honestly don't really know. Maybe this was just like a lower end model of some sorts. Or maybe this one did just come earlier and then they produced that one. Yeah, I have no idea. So there's the information there. And like I said, these are rebranded ESLs. I know this one with the test button is a rebranded ESL 906-2. And I'm not sure what this one would be, the one without the button. I don't know if we've actually seen any of the original ESL ones like this version ever installed in like a house for sale or something like that. I can't recall, but we definitely have seen these NuTones before, and I've shown them in my real estate browsing volumes. So yeah, I'm gonna go and see if I can't figure out that wiring harness situation. Okay, I really didn't want to have to do this, but I just did not have a harness that fit this connector. So I had to go ahead and snip it off, unfortunately, which I'm not really too concerned about since I don't have a harness for it anyway, so this will make it easier to wire up permanently. And the interconnect wire is also there in case I think that's the interconnect wire. I'm pretty sure this is interconnectable. But let's plug it in and see if anything happens. Oh, there we go. The LED is lit. No falsing. Now the seller did say it does not go off with smoke, but I am going to try. Where did I put it? My this stuff, my canned smoke. So let's go ahead and see if we can get it to go off. And if not, I'll try the sensitivity adjustment. Okay, I don't think it's gonna work, unfortunately. Well, I spoke way too soon, I guess. Well, just barely too soon, but... Well, it does work, as in fact, with smoke, so that's good to know. And I guess it latches into alarm, because no amount of waving was... or fanning was getting that to go off, so let's see if it's still going off. Nope. So I guess it does latch. Interesting. Nope, still going off. Okay. I might have to take it apart and clean it up then. But it's good to know that the sensor does still work at least, unlike this one, which... or the IC, which in this one it doesn't work, unfortunately. It got blowed. But, yeah, since I got this one used, unfortunately, and I don't have a manual, of course. But, yeah. I guess the manual would probably be similar to that one, with the exception of the test button. Definitely has, that is definitely the Douglas Randall horn. The sound is very similar to that one, as well as the S-181 and the Gillette, of course. Other alarms that I have that have those Douglas Randall horns. The Early Guard EGD4. Yeah. But I do like the sound. Very loud. As Jan always says, that'll wake you up. Oh, I wanted to check the issue numbers as well before I signed off. This one's issue number is 1095. And this, the S-191, is 1494. So yes, that confirms that this one is from earlier than this one. I guess the insides would probably be exactly the same as that one, except it wouldn't have the test button mechanism, obviously. Let's see, when is this one from? This one's 1472, so this one's just like right before this one. And then this one's probably way... I don't even know where the... oh, there's a UL sticker. 1944. Yeah, okay, this one is from February, also from February of 1977. So maybe they were making these concurrently then, or they were just transitioning over from this one to this one. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. I still don't really know how the UL listing numbers work entirely, so that doesn't really make any sense to me why that one would be later, or have a higher number than these. Maybe that was a different quote-unquote series. I really don't know. But I'm going to do one more plug-in here of this one to see if it's still falsing. Don't go off, please. Okay. I think we might be good. So I think that's just about it for this video. Our very first smoke detector video of the year. So thank you guys for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video.